All praises to Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostles and elders, GMS in New York, and honors to you brothers out there that's teaching truth to the four corners there. My name is Maya Khalid Nagab. I'm with the Chicago branch of GMS, and this is part four that Simon or someone Altaf is an idiot. All right, so let's get to cut his false doctrine. All right, but brothers, you can look at the video, but I'm gonna make like some main points that he made in this video. All right, so let's get to it. All right. Um,
that Israel, as a
so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to the main points that he made in this video that are false. He creating false doctrine out there, saying that the so-called Negroes in America and their brethren, the Igbo, the Limba, all right, the God, the UA people, the Yoruba, okay, that they not Israelites, according to scriptures, but they are, man. So, that's the main point of view, to refute his falsehood. All right.
people or the children of Israel that came from Abraham, and by the way, that also included Muslims as well. Yeah, Ishmael as well, because he wasn't an illegitimate son of Abraham. He was a legit son of Abraham from Princess Hagar. So Ishmael as well, because he wasn't.
Salak. Trying to get the part where he says that okay. And this guy, he's Elam, a heathen, and his parents he raised up in Islam, so that's why he's so passionate about defending Islam, but he supposed to be, he's supposed to be following the Torah and stuff, all right? When clearly he don't read it, man. So he trying to squeeze Ishmael and their religion, Islam, to it, man. But they had nothing to do with Israel, man. But I'm going ahead and play it. All right, what are you about to say? Okay, damn. Oh, fuck. Um, Salah Akim. Let me see if I could. Um, damn. Okay, let me see if I could get this up again. Hold on. Okay.
As well, because he wasn't an illegitimate son of Abraham. He was a legit son of Abraham from Princess Hagar. So it also applies to him. Yeah, absolutely. Most of your stupid pastors out there and your stupid teachers have singled out Muslims as some kind of illegitimate people. They're not illegitimate people. What the Bible has.
That's incorrect, and I could show you. I could show you in scriptures, man, that Ishmael has nothing to do with the inheritance and the blessings, all right, and the birthright of the nation of Israel, all right, who are so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, and also various ethnic groups in West Africa and throughout Africa, man, all right. So let's get it. Genesis. Just bear with me, Akim. You know. It says Genesis 21 and 8. All right. It says, and a child grew and was weaned, and Abraham made a great feast the same day that Isaac was weaned. All right. And Sarah saw the son of Hagar the Egyptian, which she had born to Abraham, mocking. Wherefore she said unto Abraham, all right, it's a lot for that, brother. Phone blacked out. All right. It says, verse 9, and Sarah saw the son of Hagar the Egyptian, which he had born unto Abraham, mocking. Wherefore she said unto Abraham, cast out this bondwoman, mean slave, her son, and for the son of this bondwoman she shall not be heir with my son, even Isaac. All right. So Ishmael has nothing to do with Israel, man. All right. The thing was very grievous in Abraham's sight because his son, and the Most High said unto Abraham, let it not be grievous in thy sight because of lad, because of thy bondwoman, and all that Sarah had sent unto him, hearken unto her voice, for in Isaac thy seed shall be called. In Isaac should thy seed be called. All right. In Isaac. So whoever descended of Isaac, they should be chosen, man. Called. All right. Who's the seed of Isaac? Israel, man. All right. So I mean, come on, man. Um, go right here. Hold on. Just bear with me, Akim. All right. Uh, it says right here, Matthew chapter 1, verse 1, the book of generation of Yahweh Mashiach, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Abraham begat Isaac, Isaac begat Jacob, and Jacob begat Judas and his brethren. All right, which is Judah and his brethren, correctly, Yahweh and his brethren. These were the brethren, the rest of the 11 tribes, man, of Israel, man. All right, so you know the seed that was called from Isaac, that was Israel, man. All right, so this this bond, Ishmael has nothing to do with our birthright and our blessings, man. All right, nothing to do with us, man. All right, they became a great nation. All right, I mean they should be known and stuff, and have all the riches and stuff like that, you know, and be numerous, man. Cause you found down there Ishmael everywhere, man. But it's more Israelites than Ishmael. All right, so you know, so hold on for a minute. Galatians chapter 4, verse 22. For it is written, Abraham had two sons, the one by the bondwoman, the other by the free. The bondwoman was on Hagar. All right, the mother of Ishmael. All right, but he who was a bondwoman was born after the flesh. All right, right. But he of the free one was by promise. All right, right. Because most have promised to that thy seed should be called, that the seed of Isaac should be chosen, man. All right, and also we get the blessings and the birthright, man. All right, so there you go, man. All right, was born after the flesh, so Ishmael didn't get anything, man. He just got this promise that he'll be a great nation, man. But he's not gonna get that inheritance, man. All right, of the blessings, the birthright, all right, which are the rule over this world, man. All right, and be chosen by the Most High, man. All right, so Ishmael has nothing to do with that. He didn't get it. He ain't gonna get it. He gonna get it now, man. All right.
Said for Abraham applies to all his progeny, all his children. So that means Ishmael is his son. That means Isaac is his son. So when we look at that and we then analyze it, so that means that the children of Israel that belong to Abraham should really be increased and benefited, blessed basically. They should be blessed. They shouldn't be cursed. So if they are cursed, then there's a problem.
What you mean that's a problem? It said if you shouldn't hearken to these scriptures, man, the curses shall overtake you, man. God, idiot, man. All right. It says what? Deuteronomy. He clearly don't understand scripture, man. All right. and he doing this shit on purpose, man. All right, because he heard that the so-called Negroes in Americas and their brethren in West Africa are the Israelites, man. It says what? Deuteronomy 28:15, but it should come to pass if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy God to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, I command thee this day that all the curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee, man. All right. So that's why the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are current today in a low condition, man, because we disobey the law, statute, commandments. All right.
Because when God said he would curse the children of Israel, it is those children that have been taught Torah. Now, most of you in America don't even know what the word Torah means. You might think it's an Arabic word. It's not.
It's just a cheap pot shot, That's all. That's what heathens can do, man. When they can't show no evidence, which is scriptural or archaeological, they take cheap pot shots, man. All right, and that's not even the correct way. You say, the law in the Hebrew, man, is the wawa, All right, that's how you say it. You can't say it yourself, fucking idiot.
It's not an Arabic word. But having said that, unfortunately, I'm having to deal with ignorant masses of people who think that they're all Hebrews because their color is black. That does not make you Hebrew.
No, it don't. What makes a Hebrew is this. Deuteronomy 28. I read this before in previous videos, but I'm going to read it, anyway. Spirit brought it out. It said Deuteronomy 28 and 44. All right. It says, start with 45, Salah. Deuteronomy 28, 45 and 6. It said, moreover, all the curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hast hearkened not unto the voice of Yahweh thy power to keep his commandment and statute which he commanded thee. And they shall cleave upon thee for a sign and for a wonder upon thy seed forever. All right, that's how we marked as Israel, man. Yes, the original 12 tribes of Israel was a very dark-skinned brown people. All right, it was originally dark-skinned brown people, with various shades, but it has nothing to do with it, man. Most had to do with is prophecy, man. That the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native America fit the prophecies in Deuteronomy 28 and other books, man, that marked them as Israel, man. All right.
Your character does. It indeed does. Your character is very, very important. We get that straight. So, let's look at it. So now we come back to this. So if you're cursed in the city and you're cursed in the field, that means that you had a teacher beforehand who was teaching you Torah and you didn't follow it. You decided not to obey it, as some people had did with me. Oh, they came and they wanted to take an oath, then they go around slandering me and calling me names. Well, what do you think they're going to get from that? If you curse a son of Abraham, what do you think you're going to get?
First of all, you're not a son of Abraham, man. You're damn, you're Elon, man. All right. So the Most High, he has nothing to do with you, man. All right. Psalms 48. All right. It says Psalms 49. Let me see. That's not it. Psalms. Where is that, man? Damn. I hate losing scripture. Let me see. Yeah, this one. I want Psalms 147, verse 19 and 20. All right, it said, he showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation. Read again, verse 20. Verse 20 of Psalms 147. All right, he hath not dealt so with any nation. As for his judgment, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh. So you have nothing to do with it, man. Those Jays that dealt with you, man, number one, they got in trouble because they set you up as a leader over them, man. All right, teaching them the law when they weren't supposed to do that, man. When you set a heathen above you, man, you going against the law. That's why they was cursed, man. All right, Deuteronomy 17 and 15. Thou shalt anywise set him king over thee, whom Yahweh thy God shall choose, one from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. That's why some of those Jays that followed you got in trouble, man. Not because your pig head ass, man. All right, not because your proud ass, man. You know.
You're going to be cursed to the ground. You're never going to prosper. So therefore, this is who it applies to. It applies to people who have been taught and have rejected the teachings of the Torah. That's why this applies to Israel only. It does not apply to black Americans, white Americans, or yellow Americans.
And see, there you go. Telling lies, man. If the word didn't apply, why be under the curses, man? All right, whatever.
It does not apply to those people. Why? Because it says, cursed shall you be in the city, and cursed shall you be in the field. Well, if we apply to black Americans in totality, very few black Americans actually own fields. And none of them own cities. Did any black
All right, so I already cut that false doctrine in part 3.
Black American in history owned a single city of America or a single state? The answer is historically no. America is a young nation. And in the last 400 years, not a single black man has owned an entire city in America. So therefore, these verses in Deuteronomy 28 are literally and figuratively, both in the Pashat, both in the Drash, and in the Sod, and in the Remez, they apply to Israel only, the land. That means children of Israel that owned land in Israel, owned fields in Israel, they will be cursed because they had rejected to obey God. They had gone after other false gods. They had started to worship other Baalim. And they had to started to go to groves, bow under trees, and start giving their service that they should have been giving to the God of Israel, Yahweh Elohim. They did not give it to him.
All right, so this guy, he cleared it again, man. It says what? Deuteronomy 28. All right, it says Deuteronomy 28. And for it said, moreover, already curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee. When you pursuing, man, something is following you, man. All right, so wherever the hell you go, man, the curse is gonna come upon you, man. All right, it says right here. All right, so let's get it, man. Let's see, Leviticus, to cut some more of that doctrine. It said what? Leviticus 26 and 38. And ye shall perish among the heathen, and the land of your enemies shall eat you up, and the land of your enemies shall eat you up. Meaning we shall suffer in the land of our enemy because of our iniquities, because we broke the law, statute, commandments. Talking to these so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And they that are left of you shall pine away in their iniquities in your enemies' lands, plural. And also iniquities of their fathers should they pine away with them, right? All the curses to pursue us, man, and destroy us wherever we scatter at. All right. So it's not just in the land of Israel, man. That the curses should follow us, man. He trying to go to say that that Deuteronomy 28 and Deuteronomy 28:16 and 19. He trying to say they don't apply to so-called blacks in America because we are here in this country, so-called America, man. No, man. It said the curse should pursue us, man, wherever we go, man. Fucking idiot, man.
Hence why these curses apply to those children of Israel, not to ones in America for instance, 2016. It don't apply to them. Now, what about the ones that are our children of Israel in America? Well, we'll look at that as well. So let's just get this sorted out first. Israelites own no fields. Majority of Israel, if you believe that you're a black person and you're Israel because you're black American from slavery, then I'd say 99% of the time, or I'd say 90% of the time, with certainty, you have nothing to do with Israel. You came out of Africa, you are Ham, and you shall remain Ham. However,
see, he believed that so-called Negroes married that Ham doctrine and shit, man. He won't wholeheartedly believe it, man. You know, he'll want to believe that the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, or the Israelites, particularly the so-called Negroes, man, he don't want to believe that. You know, but guess what? Just because you don't believe it, don't mean um, it's not true. It said Romans chapter 3 verse 3. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of God without effect? Right. Because you don't believe in a prophecy, should they make that prophecy untrue, man? All right. Or should prophecy stop because your unbelief, man? All right. It said, Most High forbid. Let it be. Let Most High be true, but every man a liar, as is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged. All right, we'll read it again. But every man, it's a lot. My phone went out. It said, but every man a liar, man. This goddamn liar, man. This guy right here is a liar, man. I'm gonna read the scripture again. Romans chapter 3, verse 3. For what if some did not believe? Should unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? Right. Just because you don't believe something don't mean these prophecies not gonna come true, you know, or they didn't happen. All right. Most High forbid. Yea, let the Most High be true, but every man a liar, like this guy right here, man. As it is written. All right. All right. That thou may be justified in thy sins and mightest overcome when thou art judged. All right. But right here, my key word is what? But every man a liar. This guy's a damn liar, man. All right.
However, you can change that. You can become part of Israel. You can join on to Torah. You can do a conversion, and you can become fully.
Conversion, man. There's no such thing conversion. All right. Most High not dealing with other nations, man. He don't give a damn about them, man. All right. It says right here. It says Isaiah chapter 40, verse 15. All right. It said, behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket and are counted as small dust of balance. Behold, he taketh up the house as a very little thing. Verse 17. All nations before him are as nothing. They are counted to him less than nothing and vanity. All right. It's just like, you know, like you mopping the floor, a small drop come out of the bucket, you don't give a damn, man. All right. You don't give a damn. Or counted as read again. Isaiah 40:15. Behold, a nation shall drop a bucket, and are counted as small dust of the balance. Right, man. You don't care nothing about no particular small part of dust, man. All right. You know, you don't care about that. I'll read again. Isaiah 40:15. Behold, nations are dropped as a bucket and are counted as small dust of balance. Behold, he taketh up the owls as a very little thing. All right. So most I don't give them like the other nations, man. So it seems like you take a mop, you don't give a damn a little water come out or dust abounds. You don't care about the little dust, man. It means nothing, man. He don't give a damn about the nation. It says right here, verse 6, all nations are before him, are as nothing. They are counted him less than nothing and vanity. All right. So, you know, there you go, man. You know, Most High, he don't give a damn about the other nations, man. So there's no such thing as convert, man. All right, you read Psalms 83. He lists Yahweh lists all the enemy nations, starting Edom, Ishmael on down, man. All right, you know, all right. So you know, there you go, man. All right, let's get right here. Second, this is 2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou chosen. That's Israel. Deuteronomy 7:6, man. 14:1. As for other people which come of Adam, thou hast said they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and has like unto the abundance of them unto the drop that falleth from a vessel. So I just read Isaiah 40:15, man. All right. So this guy, he don't know what he's talking about, man. He don't know the Bible, man. All right. All the
Israel, then your Gentile status will never be counted against you. That's for those of you who are not originally part of Israel. Now, those of you that are, for instance, black in America or in Europe, happen to be part of Israel.
And you see how stupid this guy is. Black is a byword with Marshall's as Israel, man. All right. They'll go Deuteronomy 28:37. And thou shalt become astonishment, a proverb, and a byword. All right. Among all nations. All right. Whether Yahweh shall lead thee, thou shalt become astonishment, a proverb, and a byword. All right. So the byword means be called something else, man, that you truly are, man. All right. This guy's stupid, man.
Then of course you're just reverting back to the Torah. You'd have a love for the Torah. So again we look at that. So when we look at Deuteronomy 28 verse 16, the Hebrew has the definite article for the city. It doesn't just say city or any city. It says Ha'ir. The city. Whenever there's a definite article in the Hebrew scrolls, definite article always takes us back to the land of Israel. That is a known. All of us people who study the Torah, study the Bible, consider themselves scholars of any kind, they know, all these rabbis out there, they should know point blank that whenever there's a definite article to the land or to the city, it usually always applies to Israel. So therefore these cities apply to the land of Israel, not to America. And you cannot go around calling America Babylon, because America is not Babylon. Babylon is Iraq, and Babylon is also
I addressed that in the previous video, so let's go on.
Saudi Arabia, which is considered the daughter of Babylon. These are countries miles away from America. So let's look at the next one. I'm going to jump to verse 21. It says here in your KJV, the Lord shall make the pestilence cling to you, or in Hidden Truths Hebraic Scrolls, Yahweh shall make the pestilence cling to you until he have consumed you from off the land.
All right, so I addressed it in Leviticus 26 and 38. All right, on down. So let's continue. All right, so all right.
Be destroyed. Now again it mentions your land. Those of you who've been in America either brought.
We never said that they applied to America, so whatever. Let's keep going.
By slavery, or any sensible reader, anybody who is even a 6-year-old will tell you that this is not America, because it says removed into all nations of the world. Well, did America throw you out? That we need, and that's already happened in Israel in the past. Nothing new, nothing, conjured. Those of you who've been in America, enemies, you shall go out one way against them and flee separate into all the nations of the world. Well, how can you apply? America was never your land. So either it's a land of immigration, that you immigrated or emigrated to America, or you were brought in as slaves.
That's a lie. We was in this land, man. We used to come to this land all the time, visit our Northern Kingdom brethren, man, and we stayed over here, man. All right, you can see the Mandingo settlements, Mandingos or Mandinka or Mandinka. They're Israelites anyway. You can see that in that book, the African presence in I believe Ancient America, man. All right, you see a map, you see all the Mandinka settlements and stuff, man. So we've been here before that, man. But this guy, you don't know what the hell he's talking about, man. All right.
The past, it's not your land, so therefore it does not apply to the land of America. So it says here that when we do not obey the children of Israel, when we don't obey the God of Israel, it says that our land will become desolate. It will not give us the increase. The ground will not produce the necessary fruit and the food that we need. And that's already happened in Israel in the past. Nothing new, nothing, conjured up. It's not something that we made. God didn't send the rain, God sent the pestilence, and we didn't get the produce. It's very simple, not hard. So when we look at it in verse 25, it says, Yahweh shall cause you to be defeated before your enemies. You shall go out one way against them and flee 7 ways before them, becoming an object of terror, and shall be removed into all the nations of the world. Well, how can you apply that to America? Any sensible reader
Never said it applied to America. All right, you read that in Matthew 24, man. All right, so whatever. Let's go on. Just talking about when Israel flee Jerusalem in 7 AD when it was burned down, man. All right, so we never said that applied to America, man. All right.
Anybody who is even a 6-year-old will tell you that this is not America because it says removed into all nations of the world. Well, did America throw you out when he brought you as slaves? Did America decide to now move you to England or move you to Portugal or move you to France? No. When America brought you as slaves, that's it. You were slaves. You didn't move nowhere. You stayed in America. So therefore, again, this particular verse solely and wholly applies to the land of Israel.
Now show me a scripture, Simon Altaf, where it said that Ham, what you call us Hamites, that Ham will be brought on slave ships and be scattered all the world. Show me a scripture that says that. All right, you can't.
Israel, when our forefathers who had disobeyed God, they were taken as slaves out of the land. In other words, this has happened in the Assyrian Empire's assault on Israel in the 7th century, 721, when the 10 tribes were taken, 721 BCE. Then we saw that in Babylon, when Nebuchadnezzar came, he did about 3 to 4 skirmishes when he sent his people in. And in fact, 3 major times that he came, then he took different times, different people away from Israel. Entirely applies to the land of Israel. And when the Israelites went out to fight with these armies, they were not successful. They were defeated by their enemy, and they were taken as slaves by them. Again, because the word says you'll be removed, so it's not talking about Ghana. It's not saying you'll be removed from Ghana. It's not saying you'll be removed from Sierra Leone in slavery. And it's not saying you'll be removed from Mali in slavery either. It's not saying that. It's not saying that it's any of those nations, Liberia, Ghana, or whatever, those Western African nations, Nigeria, that you would like to apply to. It doesn't apply to any of those nations. Africa's got nothing to do with it. Africa's, when I spoke to somebody in Africa a while ago, you know what he described Africa as? He says, Africa is your basically backyard dump. That's what he described Africa as. An African described Africa as your backyard dump of Europe. That's what Africa is. So unfortunately, it doesn't apply to Africa. So if we go on to verse 30, it says, you will betroth a woman, but another man will lie with her. You will build a house, and you will not live in it. You will plant a vineyard, but you will not redeem its fruit. It's very important we understand these verses, what they mean. So Israelites who had betrothed a woman basically took on a wife in Israel. Then the enemy came, and then they took away that woman. And then that man wasn't able to take his wife from the enemy because they were much stronger. It says, you will build a house, you will not live in it. Our houses were stolen from us. They were repossessed from us by the enemy. We will not.
First of all, it said you shall. See this idiot, man. It says Deuteronomy 28 and 30. Thou shalt betroth a wife, means you should be engaged to a woman, man. All right, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build a house, thou shalt not dwell in. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, thou shalt not gather grapes. Let's talk about slavery here in America, man, wherever he was. Wherever the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American was, man. All right. The so-called white man came in our slave cabinet and raped our women who he was engaged with or who he was married to, man. All right, and then we building their houses up because a lot of Esau did use so-called Negroes and Latinos and Native Americans, particularly so-called Negroes and Native Americans here in America during slave time to build all their houses and stuff, man, and plant their gardens, man. All right, an example of that is Roots, man. All right, Roots. Kizzy. Uh. All right, because Kizzy, she was engaged to I forgot the guy's name, but the guy that played in Welcome Back Carter, you know. All right, she was engaged to him, and he's from the Wolof tribe, which are Israelites anyway. You know, she was engaged to him, and Kinsey forged, I believe, Reynolds' handwriting on documents saying that he was free and stuff. You know, so she got showed it. So she was sold, man. All right, she was sold to Mr. Moore. All right, all right. So let's get it. All right.
Oh, good morning. Hey, good night. I'm trapped. I'm trapped in the movie.
I can't wait to get in the kingdom, man. Escape this dumb shit. All right.
Massimo, he say put her in that cabin at the end.
Remember, she was engaged to that young man. The character I was just talking about in this movie, in Roots. All right, this version of Roots. All right, and then she was sold by Master Moore. All right, and look what happened. All right, he should lie with her.
You know your name?
Kizzy Reynolds.
Kizzy Moore. I bought you. You're my property now. Cost a fair price. Enough for a payment on a cotton gin your overseer said. Well, Kizzy, I'm gonna get my money's worth right now. Hurt you, but I ain't got no time to play.
You're gonna be all right, honey. Be all right. Oh. My name's Malazi. I was the cook. You best know about Master Tom Moe. He's one of them white men that likes nigger women. Young'uns.
You hear that? So there you go.
Reckon he'd be bothering you most every night now. Wow. Used to bother me, but no more.
See that? She said used to bother her. All right.
No sense in fretting, child. Ain't nothing you can do about it. He keeps studying you till you has a baby, then he leaves you alone. Master Tom Moe no worse than most white men. Even fair. Depends on you.
Oh, cool ass.
He figures you got to deserve what you get. When I has my baby, he gonna be a boy. And when that boy grow up, I promise you one thing. Master Tom Moe gonna get what he deserves.
Right. Not this instance, but yeah, the guy, Mr. Moore, he gonna get in the kingdom, man. As promised in Revelation 13:9-10, man. He is gonna get a foot in the ass. Until you scholars out there, Chicken George was real, man, because on my father's side of the family, man, we our family knew their family down there in Tennessee, man. All right, so the people in Roots, Chicken George, they real, man. All right, Dumbass people, man. Alright, so there you go. Let's see. Alright, so let's see. Trying to find any other scenes and stuff, but you know, the point was made. All right, crystal clear. All right.
We were not able to take those houses back. Then it says that you will plant a vineyard, but you will not redeem its fruit. What does that mean, plant a vineyard? Well, it means that when I grow fruit, when I grow my grapes in the past in Israel, then it was my duty, if I was an Israelite, it was my duty to take those grapes to the temple and hand it to the priests. Now,
how do... Oh, this guy's hilarious, man.
Now, that's what redeeming the grapes, redeeming the fruit means. So when an Israelite wasn't able to carry the grapes because of maybe distance issue, maybe the weight issue, then they would sell those grapes, they would take the money, and they would present that to the priesthood in the temple. That's what this verse means. Again, nothing to do with America, because...
What the hell? How the hell is a curse how the hell is a curse to give grace to the tribe of Levi, man? I mean, that's just fucking stupid, man. This guy, idiot, man. Oh my God, man. It says right here, this is the law, man. It says, where is it? Deuteronomy 18:1. It says, let me play it again, man. Make sure this guy said that, man. All right, that was funny, man. All right, well.
The enemy, because they were much stronger. It says, you will build a house, you will not live in it. Our houses were stolen from us, they were repossessed from us by the enemy. We were not able to take those houses back. Then it says that you will plant a vineyard, but you will not redeem its fruit. What does that mean, plant a vineyard? Well, it means that when I grow fruit, when I grow my grapes in the past in Israel, then it was my duty, if I was an Israelite, it was my duty to take those grapes to the temple and hand it to the priests. Now, that's what redeeming the grapes, redeeming the fruit means. So when an Israelite wasn't able to carry the grapes because of maybe distance issue, maybe the weight issue, then they would sell those grapes, they would take the money, and they would present that to the priesthood in the temple. That's what this verse means. Again, nothing to do with America, because black...
How the hell that's a curse, man? How's that a curse? It says Deuteronomy 18, and I'm gonna start with 1. The priests, it said the priests of Levites and all the tribe of Levi shall have no part, no inheritance with Israel, meaning no land. All right, they should eat the offerings of Yahweh made by fire as inheritance. Therefore shall they have no inheritance among their brethren. Yahweh's their inheritance, as he said unto right, because levy or lawyer means join unto Yahweh, man. All right, and this shall be the priest due from the people, them the offering and sacrifice, whether it be ox, sheep, and they shall give unto the priest the shoulder, the 2 cheeks, and the malt, the first fruit also of thy corn, of thy wine, of thy oil, the first fleece, a tiny sheep, thou shalt give him, man. All right, it says right here, for Yahweh thy power had chosen him out of all thy tribes to stand to minister in the name of Yahweh, and him and his sons forever, man. All right. So how is it a curse, man? That's in the law, man, to give us grapes to the priest, man. You know. All right. What the hell? This guy a bozo, man. You don't know what he's talking about.
Black Americans who were in slavery never had vineyards and never sold their grapes and never decided to take it to the temple. Why? Because whoever they were in slavery with in America, their slave masters would never allow them to move an inch. Forget about going to another land in Israel. So don't apply. So.
All right. I mean, we should plant. I'll say it again. Deuteronomy 28 and 30. It says, "Thou shalt plant a vineyard, thou shalt not gather the grapes thereof." All right, man. We should eat the damn food, man. All right, right away and shit. You know, just like you plant a garden, you go out there, pick a grape, red grape, black grape, much as you can. We couldn't do that back in slavery time, man. Majority of food went to massa, the burden, which is Hebrew. The Hebrew word for massa means burden, man. He was a damn burden. I was cracking that whip, man, doing rigor work, man. All right. We couldn't go out there and just eat grapes and shit. Just pick it up anytime you want to, man. That belonged to the massa on the plantation, man. You know, we get in trouble for that. Of course, he gave us food and shit. He gave us just a little just to stay fucking alive and functional, you know, to do all the tasks and shit on the plantations, man. You know. But whatever, man. This guy a fucking idiot, man.
The fruit of your land in verses 33, not America but Israel. Verses 36, Yahweh shall bring you and your sovereign, which you shall set over you. Well, it's saying that God will bring you and your king. Well, did you ever establish a king in America?
Not yet. All right. Not yet. All right. Well, it's going to happen.
Did the black slaves who came to America, did they ever establish a king? I don't recall in history where this ever happened, which means again, the only time that we proclaimed our king was in Israel, in Judah, many times. So it says that God will take our king and us, and there will be
all Israelites went into slavery, man. Shit, you had the royal families, man. Shit, the kings that was over there in West Arizona got sold into slavery, man. All right, and their families and shit. Even the tribe of Asher, the Incas, man, the royalty, they were sold into Africa, man. They was shipped and sold to Africa, rebelling against the Spanish crown, man. All right, so this guy don't know what the hell he's talking about, man. All right, because of Deuteronomy 20, it wasn't a king in Israel established yet, man. In Deuteronomy, where it was, Moses was our king. But I mean, you know, when I say king, you know, I mean, like King David, King Solomon, so on. But Moses was the first king of Israel. But you know, I'm talking about it in the reference like King David and King Solomon, man. You know, but he was talking to all Israel, man. All right, from the youngest to the oldest. All right, those there's the least to you know the least to the greatest, man. All right, all the curses apply to all Israel, man. All right, so yeah, we had like people that royalty brought over here in slavery, man. Then they gonna like you know El Tahar had broke down, you know they said we gonna choose a king over here, man. All right, so there you go, man.
removed. So then it says, again, not talking about the king of Ghana, not talking about America, not talking about any other country, but talking about Israel particularly, the land. So then it says that, you know, then we are told in verses 28, therefore shall you serve your enemies, which Yahweh shall send against you, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon your neck until he has destroyed you. Well, which enemies is he talking about? Because when you were taken as slaves to America, majority of you, yeah, many of you died in the slave trade, but those of you that actually arrived to the shores, you were fed. Even if it was one meal, they fed you. They didn't.
See this guy. First of all, it's talking about let's see, yoke iron yoke. Iron. All right, so some of the yoke of iron. Talking about the things that was above Jake. The yoke of iron, man. All right, the metal material that was above over Jake head, man, and slavery. All right, so I hope this application don't quit not going on the internet, man. But that's what it's talking about, man. We was in hold on. Yoke iron. Damn. All right, so that's what it's talking about, man. You see right here, it says a yoke of iron, man, upon thy neck. All right. A yoke of iron kept to change everything. And also, they had bells and stuff, man. So when Jake, they could hear Jake run away, man, because it had like, it was a case down in Brazil, man. That it took 10 Edomites overseers to keep that eye on Jake, man, because Jake was so damn fast, man. All right, you see other examples of yoke of iron upon thy neck, man. All right, so it's Deuteronomy 28. All right, Deuteronomy 28 and Deuteronomy 28 and 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which Yahweh shall send thee against in hunger and thirst and the naked. Right, man, we was in hunger and thirst and nakedness, man. We was stripped out our clothes, man. All right, we ain't had our garments on, coming here fancy and everything and shit, man. We was naked, we was in chains, man. We had that yoke of iron upon thy neck, man. We was hungry, we was fucking thirsty, man. All right, and most, Yahweh give us Salak. I mean, Esau, man, he just gave us enough food to do function, man. We was in thirst and hunger, and shit. He had no mercy on us, man. Shit, I wouldn't be surprised. It was cases where he starved us to death and shit like that, man. The damn devil, he fucking actually, sometimes he fucking did starve us, man. We weren't well fed and shit like that, man. It says, Deuteronomy 28:48. Therefore should thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, and hunger and thirst and the negative. Right, man. We came over here on slave ships, man. All right, and the one of all things. Right, man. We want all things, man. All right, so we gotta go. We want all things, man. Cause we deprived, man. We on the curses and shit, man. That's why Jake fall out, man. Jake go for those blood contracts, man, because they want for all things, man. We've been robbed and spoiled, man. Like I said, Isaiah 42 and 22, man. All right, so you get this, man. Hold on. It says, damn, I'm trying to find that scripture. Oh, here you go. Haggai chapter 1, verse 6. Ye have sown much, bring little. Ye eat, but you have not enough. You drink, but you are not filled with drink. You clothe you, but there is none warm. He that earneth wages to put into the bag of holes, man. All right. So that's in one of all things, man. All right. One of all things, talking about slavery, we had enough food, we had enough this, but it's not what we wanted. And also during the Jim Crow era, man, and beyond the Jim, hell, I still say the Jim Crow era. But anyway, I'm gonna say it for advocate. beyond the Jim Crow era, man. And now, man, we working our asses off. We don't have none of the food that we need, man. We may have some food, but not what we want, man. That shit ain't gonna fit. Then that shit be gone, man. All right. And also the wages, man. You know, the money and shit. All right, up to now, we don't earn enough, man. You know, 12, 11, 12, $15 ain't enough, man, because the damn dollar inflate. All right, and the crackers, man, they raised the rent, shit, some, $1,000, shit like that. Shit, I remember when I was a kid, rent was like 300, man. $300 to $400 and shit. Shit, they ain't even good enough. The one, shit, now studios cost so damn much, man. I think a studio like $700, man. Probably more than that now. All right. It's a lot for this phone taking so long.
Didn't starve you to death. Whereas we are talking here about our people literally starving to death because there's no food. Talking about Israel, the children of Israel. Which enemies did that to us? Well, the Assyrians, it says, the Babylonians, the Grecians, the Romans, and the Islamists as well. In fact, Romans set a siege against Jerusalem. The siege was so severe that people had to eat their children. This is how bad it was because there was no food. So let's look at that.
So this guy a fucking idiot, man. All right, the verse particularly talking about the verse particularly talking about here in America, man. Not no damn Romans. If I had broken down, man.
So it says, and if you look at it,
This fucking idiot, man.
because you were brought to America in ships. Jews living there that were forcefully converted at one point in history by the Muslims. They were told either you die or you convert, and so they were converted and they became Muslims, and they're still there. Of course, not in large numbers, but whatever numbers they are, they're over there. So the question is this: that then what are the traits? If these verses don't apply to Israel, then we're going to look at something else. What about the verse about the ships? Because you all love to quote the verse about the ships, and you want to be, you want to say that verse applies to you because you were brought to America in ships, and all of you love to quote that. Unfortunately, again, brought to Egypt. The verse says that Israel will be taken back to Egypt. Doesn't say Mitzrayim, doesn't say America, it doesn't say Europe. Egypt is literally Egypt. Peshat reading only. So if it's Egypt, then we have the historian Josephus Flavius, who tells us in history that many Israelites were put into ships by Romans and they were taken to Egypt. And then he says there was a surplus of slaves and nobody would buy them. A surplus of slaves.
First of all right, let's get that verse. All right, so Deuteronomy 28. All right, and Akim, you could